Hey, what's going on, Geminis? Butch here. I'm going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Alice in Wonderland tarot. Almost forgot. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Geminis? What's going on for Geminis, universe? Oh yeah, for Geminis. What is going on for Geminis? All right, Geminis. So, the first thing that I'm seeing, Geminis, is I feel like this is someone that you already know. I mean, we have the Six of Cups, which is that, that past person. Now, I feel like with this person, I feel like you had fun with this person. I mean, I feel like there was a lot of, physically, everything was on point. You had a lot of fun with this person, spontaneous energy. I feel like this person was very intelligent. I mean, we have the King of Swords, but I feel like, is that authority figure. I feel like it's almost like this person, they were almost too smart. And I don't mean too smart as intelligent. I feel like they, I feel like they played everything close to the chest. I feel like they never really gave much to the connection. I feel like it's almost like they thought they were too smart. And I don't mean that in the intellectual sense. I feel like they were trying to outsmart the connection. I feel like there's a lot of closed off energy here. I feel like this person really didn't communicate when it came time to communicate. I feel like this person always kind of kept you at a distance. And I feel like with Geminis, it's something that you really don't want to do. They want to be transparent. They want to be open, and they need to communicate about everything and anything. And I feel like with this person, they kind of kept you at arm's length. I feel like there was hot and cold energy with this person. I feel like sometimes they really just followed it. They followed how they felt, and they gave to you a little bit. But then once they realized what they were doing, it's like they caught themselves and they kind of pulled away. We have that Five of Cups or Five of Pentacles, that hot and cold energy. And then, it caused a lot of chaos. It's almost like they gave you a little glimpse of who they were, but then when they realized they were doing it, they pulled away. A lot of defensive energy with this person. Now, I feel like this is a very common issue that a lot of people have. Sometimes we get in relationships and, part of us is telling us, to do one thing, and the other part's telling us to hold back. There's a lot of internal struggle going on within this person. They wanted to tell you how they felt, but, when the time came, it's almost like they pulled away. There's a lot of self-sabotaging energy in this person. It's almost like they couldn't believe or they couldn't trust how they felt. I feel like this person really didn't work on trust with you. And I feel like they really didn't trust you, not because you weren't trustworthy, just because they didn't, they were making excuses for this to fail. They didn't see what was right in front of them. And like I said, I feel like this person, they're suffering the consequences now. They know they screwed up. And I feel like I said, I feel like they didn't give the opportunity for trust to be built. They weren't being honest, so how can they expect you to be honest with them? And it's not to say that you weren't, it's just that they were expecting more from you than they were willing to give. It's almost like they wanted you to prove something to them. And I feel like they're finally, I do feel like they've taken some time, and I do feel like they finally figured it out. They caused their own issues here. I feel like this person has trust issues. And I feel like it had nothing to do with you. I feel like this is something that was set in this person way before they met you. But like I said, this person hasn't stopped thinking about you. They only think about you. They haven't let you go because they don't want to let you go. They haven't walked away because they don't want to walk away. They didn't even before. But like I said, that's the problem of past trauma, past emotional trauma that people deal with. Like, sometimes we make people pay that don't deserve, that don't aren't guilty of it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we have things happen to us, like, somebody may cheat on us, somebody may abuse us, somebody may take advantage of us. All these different things that happen to us. Sometimes it hurt us so bad that we held on to it, and then we hold every new relationship accountable for it, which isn't fair to the new relationship. And I know it's a hard thing to do, but it's something that we need to grow, something that we need to work on ourselves. We don't have to find somebody else to work on that for us. It doesn't work that way. We have to let that go ourselves. We have to complete ourselves before we offer ourselves up to someone else. Now, like I said, I feel like this person only thinks about you. They haven't walked away from you. And I feel like this person is coming back. I do see this person wanting to reconcile. I feel like you both were on the same page, and they knew that. They just couldn't give you what you deserved at the time. They weren't ready. I feel like things were still too new for them. They were still holding on to things that didn't do them any justice. And in counterpart, it didn't do either one of you any justice. But I feel like this person has done a lot of work in learning how to let it go, because they know they screwed up. They know they lost you. And that's one thing they can't abide by. And that's why they're putting in a lot of work to come back. They're letting go of the shit that no longer does them any good. They're ready to come back, and they want to talk. And I'm talking about real talk. I'm not talking about that, just talking about nonsense. This person really wants to, they want to communicate. And I feel like one of the things they want to communicate is they want to build trust. They want to earn your trust as well as gaining trust with you as well. It's before it was almost like they wanted you to trust them without them giving you what you needed. They wanted something from you without giving you what you needed. And that's not fair. And I feel like this person has grown. I do see a lot of balance in this person. With that temperance, I feel like this person's finally ready for that next chapter in their life. They weren't ready before, but now, like I said, a lot of big changes. They're finally ready to take that leap of faith. I truly believe having the right person come in your life can help you change, but they're not there to do the change for you. I mean, you have a special bond with this person. That's clear. And I feel like, I feel like it took them a long time to realize it, and especially with that that internal struggle they were dealing with. I feel like they had to take a hard look in the mirror and realize what they want, what they were expecting, and what they were giving. This person is becoming self-aware. And I feel like that's one of the biggest changes in this person that you will see. This person is taking self-accountability. Before they were expecting you to do all these things for them, to prove something to them, when they weren't proving anything to you. But like I said, I feel like this is a very special bond that you have with this person, and I feel like that bond will continue to grow. I feel like this is a much deeper connection than either one of you really were expecting, and I feel like that's where this person got a little hung up as well. I feel like it was almost like they weren't expecting to feel this way about you, so they kind of had a game plan in the beginning that kind of fell apart when they realized there was something more there. But they made a lot of mistakes. I'm not going to justify it, but I feel like they've grown a lot, and what I mean a lot. Like I can see a lot of growth. I see a lot of you know self growth, and I feel like this person let a lot of the things that were holding them back before they let them go, and I feel like they're strong. They're coming back to you stronger. Now, one thing I really want to see is like this person, like I said, they're ready to step up. They're ready to nurture this connection. They're ready to communicate. They're ready to be honest about how they feel. And I don't feel like they were being dishonest before. I just feel like when it came to, their emotions, they always kind of check themselves. Like I said, this person's ready to nurture this. They're ready to nurture this connection. They're ready to nurture you. They're there for you. And I don't feel like they're going to give up easy. You're the one they want. They didn't show up before, but they're showing up now. Like I said, I feel like you both wanted the same thing. I just feel like they wanted the wrong way to get it. But like I said before, I see a power couple here. I think that's something that you felt within this person when you first met. I feel like you felt like there was something very special with this person, and there was. They just weren't letting you see it. We got that three of Pentacles, that power couple, and then we have that Nine of Cups. I mean, this person wants to make you happy. And I don't feel like, I feel like, we come back to the right person, the wrong time here. And like I said, they're going to do whatever they can to make it right. I mean, they're putting in the work. And with that Queen of Wands, I don't feel like they're going to give up. They're going to come coming after you till you at least give them the chance to explain themselves, the chance to, tell you what they feel. They want to share their feelings with you. It's something I don't feel like they did before. And if they did, they were very calculated about it. That's what I mean by that King of Swords. I mean, I feel like they tried to outsmart you. They try to make you think that they were smarter than you, or at least they try to make themselves think they were smarter than you. And this connection, and it's very common, in connections. People come in with this high idea of themselves. With this person, I feel like they came into the relationship thinking, I'm going to be in control. Not controlling the person, but I'm going to be in control of myself. I'm not going to let myself fall. I'm not going to let myself be vulnerable. And I feel like they stuck with that way too long. And I feel like that was one of the biggest clashes you had. It's like they didn't want to be vulnerable, but they wanted to be part of a relationship. Protecting yourself and controlling your emotions to make yourself, to make it so you're not vulnerable, it never works. If you're not vulnerable in a relationship, then you're not being honest. But like I said, this person, they want to make it right. They know what they lost. And like I said, I do see a lot of growth in this person. Sometimes all we got to do is lose the most important thing to us for us to make the biggest change that we needed to make, the change that would have caused us not to lose that person. But sometimes we got to go through the pain. And like I said, for this person, I mean, I don't really feel bad, because I feel like this person knew what they were doing. Now with this person, I mean, we have all signs. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And yeah, I know I said every time, and then I said it anyway because it's OCD. I can't help it. I'm sorry. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, sometimes we have past, this read kind of really hit home for me because I've been like that. I always, in the past, I tried to control what I gave to people because I didn't want to give somebody that didn't deserve it too much. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to leave myself vulnerable to get hurt by someone until I knew what they wanted from me. It's almost like, and it's because of it's childhood traumas that I suffered. It's not having people there for me. You know what I mean? And that's my mess though. That shouldn't be on the person that you're with, and that's my fault for that. I take complete accountability for not being emotionally open. I took complete accountability for the fact that it's my fault that shit didn't work out because I didn't give 110%. Or 100%. I guess you can't really give 110%, but it's like that in relationships. If you're not willing to be open, honest, and transparent, if you're not willing to be vulnerable, then you may not be ready for a relationship. And maybe I wasn't, but that's the same with life. We learn. We make mistakes, we learn from them. And if you don't learn from them, that's your loss, you know what I mean? But you can't expect somebody to show up for you and then not show up for them. You can't make someone come into a relationship, give you everything you want before you give them what they want. It's not fair to them. There's so many words for it. It's a form of manipulation. It's so many toxic things about it. You can't make somebody prove to you that they want something from you. You can't make someone prove what they want from you. They shouldn't have to prove it. It isn't a one-way street, and control has no bearing in a relationship whatsoever. I learned that the hard way. I never try to control anybody, but I can try to control myself. And when you're with someone and you want someone to give you everything, you got to give them everything. Don't expect something from someone that you're not willing to give. It's not fair to either one of you. Like I said, you got to be honest with people, and especially when it comes to your feelings. Because if you're not honest, if you're lying to someone that you're with, the only information they have is the lies. So if you act like you don't care about them, or if you act like you aren't into it, then what they're thinking is you don't care and you're not into it. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.